Overview: American Airlines Flight 930 was a scheduled passenger flight traveling from New York City JFK to Los Angeles LAX. The aircraft involved was a Boeing 767-223ER. On February 1, 2000, this flight faced a serious incident that tested the skills and resilience of its crew. The incident, about 30 minutes into the flight, as the aircraft climbed to cruising altitude, a loud bang reverberated through the cabin. The pilots quickly assessed the situation and discovered that the left engine had suffered a catastrophic failure. Pieces of the engine had separated, causing significant damage to the aircraft and prompting an immediate response. The cockpit crew, composed of Captain John D. Kelleher and First Officer Michael A. McGowan, took swift action. They executed emergency procedures, including shutting down the damaged engine and communicating with air traffic control about their situation. The flight crew's training kicked in, allowing them to maintain composure and ensure the safety of the 158 passengers and crew members aboard. Emergency landing: with one engine out, the pilots had to make a decision about where to land. They decided to return to New York City, as they were still within a reasonable distance. The flight crew prepared the passengers for the emergency landing, providing instructions and reassurance. The aircraft landed safely back at JFK Airport, with emergency services on standby. Despite the frightening experience, all passengers and crew disembarked without injuries. Aftermath: following the incident, investigations revealed that the engine failure was caused by a combination of factors, including material fatigue and a manufacturing defect. The incident highlighted the importance of regular maintenance and inspection protocols for aircraft engines. American Airlines Flight 930 serves as a reminder of the resilience and professionalism of airline crews, particularly in emergency situations. The successful handling of the incident not only ensured the safety of those on board, but also reinforced confidence in commercial aviation safety measures. Flight overview: American Airlines Flight 930 was a scheduled passenger flight from John F. Kennedy International Airport, JFK, in New York City to Los Angeles International Airport, LAX. The aircraft, a Boeing 767-223ER, was a wide-body twin-engine jetliner known for its capacity to carry large numbers of passengers across long distances. On February 1, 2000, the flight was operated by a seasoned crew, including Captain John D. Kelleher and First Officer Michael A. McGowan, both of whom had extensive flying experience. The takeoff. On the day of the incident, Flight 930 departed JFK at approximately 5:15 p.m. Est. The weather was clear, and the flight was routine as it ascended to its cruising altitude of 35,000 feet. The passengers on board were a mix of business travelers and families, each with their own stories and destinations. Many were looking forward to their time in Los Angeles, whether for work, vacation, or visiting loved ones. The incident. About 30 minutes into the flight, as the aircraft was climbing, a loud and alarming noise erupted from the left engine. This sound was characterized by a series of loud bangs, followed by the sudden loss of power in that engine. The flight crew immediately recognized that they were facing a critical situation. Immediate response: Captain Kelleher and First Officer McGowan went into high alert mode, quickly assessing the flight's instruments and situation. Their training in crisis management came into play as they began to execute emergency procedures. They confirmed that the left engine had experienced a catastrophic failure, with debris from the engine's fan blades damaging the engine casing and surrounding components. Communication with air traffic control: the pilots promptly notified air traffic control of their situation, declaring an emergency and requesting immediate clearance to return to JFK. They were guided by air traffic control to maintain a safe altitude and to prepare for an emergency landing. Cabin announcement. Meanwhile, in the passenger cabin, the mood shifted from casual conversation to tension as the flight attendants assessed the situation. Flight attendants took their positions and prepared to brief passengers on safety protocols. The lead flight attendant communicated with the cabin, assuring passengers that the flight crew was managing the situation. Managing the emergency. Engine failure procedures. Following standard operating procedures for engine failure, the crew reduced the power on the operational right engine to maintain control of the aircraft. The Boeing 767 designed for such emergencies, allowed the pilots to fly the aircraft on a single engine, albeit with some limitations in altitude and speed. Flight path adjustments: as the aircraft turned around towards JFK, the pilots focused on maintaining the stability of the aircraft. They monitored the remaining engine's performance and checked the flight systems for any further anomalies. The cabin crew prepared for landing by instructing passengers to secure themselves, stow away carry-on items, and brace for impact if necessary. The emergency landing. The flight crew's efforts to stabilize the aircraft and manage the emergency culminated in a safe return to JFK. As they approached the airport, the pilots performed a visual approach to runway 31L. Final preparations: the crew conducted a final check of all instruments, ensured that the aircraft was configured for landing, and communicated with the cabin crew to ensure that all safety protocols were followed. Touchdown: the Boeing 767 touched down at JFK around 6 p.m. Est, approximately 45 minutes after departure. Emergency services were on standby, prepared to respond to any situation. Safe landing: the landing was smooth, despite the heightened tension, and the aircraft came to a stop on the runway. Passengers breathed a collective sigh of relief as the flight crew announced that they had landed safely. Aftermath and investigation. Passenger response: once the aircraft came to a halt, the cabin crew quickly initiated evacuation procedures. Passengers were instructed to leave the aircraft in an orderly manner and were met by emergency responders who guided them to safety. Investigation: the National Transportation Safety Board (NTSB) launched an investigation into the incident. The findings indicated that the left engine's failure was due to material fatigue in the engine components, coupled with a manufacturing defect that had gone undetected during routine inspections. Maintenance review: American Airlines initiated a thorough review of its maintenance and inspection procedures, particularly concerning the engines of their Boeing 767 fleet. The airline also enhanced its training programs for flight crews to ensure preparedness for similar emergencies. Legacy and lessons learned. The incident involving American Airlines Flight 930 stands as a testament to the professionalism, training, and composure of the flight crew. Their ability to manage a critical situation and ensure the safety of all on board exemplifies the high standards of aviation safety and emergency preparedness. Passenger safety: the experience reinforced the importance of passenger safety protocols and the effectiveness of crew training in handling emergencies. Many passengers later expressed their gratitude to the flight crew for their professionalism and calm demeanor during a frightening situation. Continued focus on safety: the incident prompted discussions within the aviation industry regarding engine maintenance and inspection standards. Airlines across the industry reviewed their procedures to enhance safety measures and prevent similar occurrences. Conclusion: American Airlines Flight 930 serves as a reminder of the challenges faced by airline crews and the importance of rigorous safety protocols in commercial aviation. It illustrates how training, effective communication, and quick decision-making can lead to successful outcomes in emergencies, ultimately safeguarding the lives of countless individuals. The successful landing not only protected those on board, but also contributed to the ongoing evolution of safety practices in the aviation industry.